Today I will show you 6 games that took Unreal Engine 5 to its maximum potential. This engine is one of the most controversial topics in gaming right now. Some people call it the future of the industry, while others blame it for performance issues and soulless visuals. But, love it or hate it, there is no denying that some of the most hyped and visually stunning games today are being built with this engine. So in this video, we are going to check out the top 6 games made in Unreal Engine 5 that actually prove this tool can deliver insane experiences. Let's dive right in. If there is one game that blew up instantly when it came out, it's of course Black Myth Wukong. The very first trailer went viral overnight, and ever since it came out, gamers have been obsessing over this game like if it was the second coming of Dark Souls, but with a monkey. This action RPG is based on the legendary Chinese tale Journey to the West. It puts you in the shoes, or should I say feet, of the Monkey King, with combat that feels like a mix of Sekiro, Elden Ring, and a martial arts movie on steroids. Unreal Engine 5 gives it insane lighting, jaw-dropping landscapes, and creature designs that feel straight out of your worst nightmares or your favorite anime. The game doesn't just look pretty. When you play it, it's smooth. It has weighty combat, magical transformations, and boss fights that scream instant classic. So while Unreal Engine 5 gets a lot of heat, Black Myth Wukong is the perfect counter-argument. It's ambitious, stylish, and could be one of the most important RPGs of this decade. But speaking of stylish RPGs, there is another Unreal Engine 5 project that feels like a living piece of art.
Now there are 2 of them.
And that is, of course, Expedition 33. When this game was revealed, people didn't just see another RPG. They saw what looked like a playable painting. It's one of those games that immediately makes you go, wait, is this gameplay? This story takes place in a cursed world where every year a mysterious entity wipes out humanity in a cycle of destruction. You lead the Expedition 33 on a desperate journey to break this course. Here, Unreal Engine 5 is perfect because it combines painterly visuals with highly detailed environments, making every frame look like a concept art come to life. Combat is turn-based with a modern twist, blending cinematics presentation with strategy. It is giving off vibes of Final Fantasy mixed with Nier Automata, but with its own surreal identity. So if Black Myth Wukong is showing Unreal Engine 5's raw power, Expedition 33 is showing off its artistry. But maybe you are more into spine-chilling horror than stylish RPG. In that case, the next game will hit you right in the nerves. Because of course guys, we have to talk about Silent Hill 2 Remake. When Konami announced they were remaking Silent Hill 2, horror fans didn't know whether to celebrate or panic. On one hand, it's one of the most iconic horror games ever made. On the other, messing with perfection is a risky move. Built in Unreal Engine 5, the remake is aiming to capture that eerie, oppressive atmosphere of the original while updating it for modern audiences. The fog, the shadows, the decaying walls, they all look terrifyingly real. And thanks to Unreal Engine 5's lighting system, Pyramid Head isn't just scary anymore. He is nightmare fuel that will follow you even after you close the game. The developers have improved in combat and exploration while keeping the psychological depth that made the story so unforgettable. So whether it becomes the gold standard for horror remakes or just another what could have been, Silent Hill 2 Remake is definitely one of the best games that Unreal Engine 5 has made. But if you'd rather swap psychological terror for brutal action with a gun in your hand, then the next game will definitely grab your attention. Because we have to talk about Robocop Rogue City. Okay, hear me out. Did anyone expect Robocop Rogue City to actually be good? Because somehow it turned out to be one of the biggest surprises of the year. In this game, you play as the iconic half-man, half-machine, all-cop hero, patrolling a futuristic Detroit that feels alive and creepy. Unreal Engine 5 makes every neon light, every rain-soaked street, every explosion look like a scene from an 80s action flick, but with a modern touch. What sets this game apart is how it embraces its identity. It is slow. It has heavy gunplay that feels like you're actually inside a RoboCop suit, mixed with moral decisions that shape the story. Instead of being a mindless shooter, it nails the tone of the original movies while giving players the freedom to clean up the city their way. So yeah, RoboCop might move like a tank, but in Unreal Engine 5, that tank has never looked cooler. But what if instead of being a machine enforcing justice, you were a human trapped in a broken world with no justice at all? That is exactly where our next game comes in. Hell is Us. Now, here is a game that slipped under a lot of people's radar. Hell is Us, it is an indie project, but it's got the ambition of a AAA title, and Unreal Engine 5 is what makes this possible. The game drops you in a devastated land, where supernatural creatures roam, and your only tools are melee weapons and your instincts. There are no map markers, no hand-holding, and no endless quest logs. It is just exploration in its purest form, where every step into the unknown feels like a gamble. Visually, Hell is Us pushes Unreal Engine 5 photorealistic landscapes to create environments that feel both beautiful and unsettling, like walking through a dream that's just about to turn into a nightmare. It is not about explosions or flashy effects, it's about atmosphere, immersion, and survival. So, while Hell is Us might not have the same hype as our previous entries, it represents exactly what Unreal Engine 5 can do for smaller studios. Give them the tools to make massive, memorable worlds. And speaking of massive, our next game might just become one of the biggest competitive titles out there. Superheroes, team-based action, and flashy powers. Sounds like the recipe for a hit, right? That's exactly what Marvel Rivals is aiming for. Think of it as Overwatch, but with Iron Man, Spider-Man, and a roster of Marvel superheroes and villains fighting indestructible arenas. Unreal Engine 5 makes every punch, blast, and super move feel cinematic. Buildings crumble mid-fight, characters unleash combos that look ripped straight out of a Marvel movie, and the game has that fast, chaotic energy that is perfect for online competition. But it is not just about spectacle, it's about strategy. Each character brings unique abilities to the table, meaning teamwork is just as important as raw skill. So whether you're into competitive shooters, or just want to watch Doctor Strange throw buildings at people, Marvel Rivals show how Unreal Engine 5 can turn a simple formula into pure chaos in the best possible way. And the best thing about this game is that it is not realistic. It is a game that is full of style, and that is something I love about it, because that is my main problem with Unreal Engine 5, is that most games tend to look the same because of the photorealism. So this game, as many others that are coming out, show that if the developers want to create a very interesting looking game, they can do it in this engine. Unreal Engine 5 is far from perfect. It's got its share of performance problems and critics who say it's ruining creativity. But when you look at games like Black Myth Wukong, Expedition 33, or all the rest of the games that I talked about in this video, you realize that this engine isn't just a buzzword. It's a playground for developers to push boundaries, revive classics, and create experiences we've never seen before. But maybe I should talk in another video about the bad side of Unreal Engine 5, because the critics in most cases are well deserved. If you like this video, I want to invite you to watch this other video where I talk about PS3 hidden games that are perfect to play this year. And please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos in the future. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!